dyan lingwahe, yung gagamit ng tayong mga. Good day, language explorers! In the Philippines, children often speak their mother tongue at home, yet may encounter a different language once they step into the classroom. This disconnection between home and school shaped education for decades until the government introduced the Mother Tongue-Based Multilingual Education or MTB-MLE. In Pangasinan, we say lingwahe, which translates to language in English. One word, yet powerful. This is where a certain child started to learn and grow in conversation through socialization. Today, we will talk about how this policy is carried out in schools, the issues it faces, what it looks like in actual classrooms, and our own view about it.
The Mother Tongue-Based Multilingual Education Policy was enacted through Department Order No. 74, Series of 2009, and was strengthened by Republic Act No. 10533, or also known as Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2003. The policy mandates the use of native languages for instruction in early education, supporting bilingualism and cognitive development. In schools, MTB-MLE is implemented from kindergarten to grade 3 with the goal of developing proficient, lifelong learners in their first language, Filipino and English.
However, MTB-MLE also has its own issues. One of the most common challenges is the scarcity of learning resources. Many schools struggle to find enough books written in local languages. ICT-based materials even hinder effective implementation.
Another problem is teacher competence. Not all teachers are fluent in local mother tongue, especially if they will train in English or Filipino. This lack of preparation can affect on how they can teach and how they feel in the classroom.
It also gets more complicated in multilingual classes. For instance, envision of a class where half of the children speaks Ilocano while the other half speaks Pangasinan. Which language should the teacher use? These situations were very common in the Philippines, and teachers often find themselves switching language back and forth, which can confuse the learners instead of helping them.
Plus, the resistance from stakeholders. Some parents and even educators question whether using the mother tongue really helps, especially in teaching math and science. They worry that too much focus on local languages might slow down the students' learning of English, which is still considered a global necessity.
These issues are evident in actual language instruction, where teachers struggle to adapt to the new policy. Research shows that MTB-MLE implementation varies across schools, with some excelling in using local languages while others face challenges. The policy's effectiveness in improving learning outcomes, particularly in math and science, are still being studied.
Even with these difficulties, we believe that MTB-MLE is a valuable policy as it promotes linguistic diversity and improves learning outcomes. By using the mother tongue as a foundation, students can better understand and appreciate their cultural heritage. For the policy to succeed, however, schools must have enough resources and teachers must receive proper training.
In conclusion, Mother Tongue-Based Multilingual Education Policy reminds us